Okay, hopefully this is working and I can start streaming right away. Okay, cool. Let's do... Alright, we're gonna play as Kid again this time, but we're gonna play for Sara, and then hopefully we'll get some more stuff. So in the last episode we beat Yu's path and we found out that her mother is her mother, but she's being kind of dodgy about it. And also, I'm really tall. Like, it flashed forward a couple of years and I'm in college and I'm not 12 and I'm like tall. Anyway, that's weird. So let's get it going. I'm gonna skip through a bunch of this because we've done it already. Alright. Oh crap. Okay. Here we go. Woo! Look at all this game that we played once and don't have to play again. Alright, what do I gotta do here? Alright, let's listen to the staff members' explanation. And then we're gonna skip again. Zoom! Oh, well, there's Sara. There's the kid, there's Coco, there's the lemur. Alright, and now I'm gonna say it was the Tanuki! Skip ahead. Shoom! Oh, that's me, Sweaty, and the Tanuki. Okay, I'm gonna say stay silent. Zoom! Ooh, look at all these images, damn. Okay, and now I gotta say, who am I? That starts us on the kid path. And I can skip through this. I can skip through so much now. Okay. I'm going to say, she's giving me 2 white pills, 2 of them, and I'm gonna say, no thanks this time. No drugs, please. Okay. No thanks. I replied instantly. I looked away from her hand. What's the matter? Your head hurts, right? Yeah. Well, if you don't take these, the pain won't go away. The pain continued to throb through my skull. Let's see if I can skip. I'm gonna see when I can skip pretty frequently. The pills in her hand would help ease that pain. I understood all of that. Yet, for some reason, I wanted to look away from the medicine. Oh, I get it. I see. You don't like the taste, do you? That's kind of sad. But that's okay. This medicine isn't bitter at all. It's more than not bitter. It's got a mellow, sweet, full flavor that floods throughout the mouth without an aftertaste. My headache had gotten worse. I told you so. If you really can't swallow it, then I can give it to you anally via suppository. Wow. It's already wild on this run. For an instant, I feared my chastity might be violated and grabbed the belt of my pants. Okay. Alrighty, this is good. Okay. Alright, I'll take it. Feeling half threatened, I downed the medicine even though I didn't want to. It was super bitter. It's probably just mild barotrauma or decompression sickness. I'm gonna see if I can skip. Yahoo! Zoom. Getting all sorts of headaches. Oh yeah, and this is when movie time. Look how fast this game is. This is the fastest game ever. Okay. I'm having a hard time remembering what happens here, but I think they're just looking around. Okay. Now. Yu says, so what are you gonna do? Do you want to hear it or not? Which is it? I don't know if this is like her talking about her plan or something. I'm gonna say don't ask. Wow, I'm being like really rude this time. I don't want to know. Huh? Why not? Ask away. But you said that I'd better not ask, right? You're so naive. What's wrong with being naive? Nothing's wrong with it, but you miss out somehow. Whatever, anyway, I'll tell you. I said I don't want to hear. Be quiet! Shut up and listen already! Wow, she's being mean to me. Okay, let's see if I can skip this. Woohoo! Skip all that. Okay. Elevator. There's Sara. Ha 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 ha. We got Sara out. Okay. Now I have a choice of ask you or don't ask you. You asked me that when I return to the ground. Okay, I'm gonna say this time. I guess don't ask again. No big deal. No big deal? You suddenly start doing chin-ups on the elevator and you say it's no big deal? It must have been my imagination. Forget about it. Now, why aren't all youngsters as easygoing as you these days? You shrugged her shoulders in an exaggerated way. It seemed like Mayo was having a little trouble deciding on how to react to Yu's behavior. Mayo would glance at me from time to time, but when our eyes met, she would look away. Not you. Who's this? Let's see if I can skip. I can skip. Wahoo! This might be a short one. Okay. I'm going to now decide. I said last. Well, let's see. How about, and I think we're in front of the door of Himmel, so we're trying to figure out if we can look for exits or not. So my choice is, can I try to contact the outside or look for other exits? And I'm going to try to contact the outside. Okay, I think I could skip this because I did this already. Oh yeah, now she beats the control panel, and now we're searching around, and apparently I'm very hungry. We meet up with everybody else that we learned for the first time. And Sarah's looking very upset. And now I have the choice of saying worry or don't worry. This time I'm going to worry. Huh? What's wrong? I couldn't help but notice a dark look in her eyes. There was nothing left of that ninja attitude that she had departed with. Did something happen? Sara. Sara? Hey! Huh? What? You alright? Sure, fine. Great. Why do you ask? Well, I mean, you look so depressed. No, it's not that at all. It's just? We didn't find an exit, so I'm feeling kinda down. Is that really all that's bothering you? Yeah, that's all. Sarah's spirits seemed to lift a little. Seeing her smile made me feel a little bit relieved. Okay, let's see if I can skip this part. Woohoo! Look at all this skipping I can do! Oh my gosh. This is great. Talking about what we can do, and we're trying to pass the time. They're talking about my memory. Now they gotta give me a nickname because they don't want to call me Kid. I can choose any name, and I picked Prince last time. I'm still gonna go with Prince, it's the best. Alright, and I'm gonna skip ahead. Whee! Scooby's being a jerk. She ran away, so now I have to ask, why are you so angry? Or I haven't even introduced myself. And I'm going to say, why are you so angry? Same thing as last time. And so skip ahead. Can't wait till this diverges. Let's see. Alright, so that is what it means. Do you understand? And I'm gonna say, I get it. Okay. And then skip ahead. Look at all this game I'm not playing. Okay. We're seeing the life readings are flickering now. Okay. I have a choice of saying whether or not I could swim 34 meters, I guess. And I'm gonna say, I have a choice of even that would be impossible, or I might be able to handle that. And I'm gonna say, I might be able to handle it. Well, somehow, I think I could. What? You'd have to swim it, you know. This isn't walking or running. But 34 meters, that's right over there. Well, I would float. Actually, I think it would be easier than walking the distance on land. So you don't have any idea how severe water pressure is at 34-meter depth, do you, kid-san? What? No, hold on just a minute. Just a second ago, you were talking about even if I could endure the water pressure. That type of hypothetical talk is meaningless. You can't discuss this problem without water pressure. But Sara, you said... Listen, try to imagine it just one more time. You are 34 meters deep. How could you swim to the top of a 10-foot building? There was a severe edge to Sora's way of putting it. I felt like there was something of a warning contained within her words. Sara, you don't think that I would really try to swim to break out of Zwiderstock and swim to freedom, do you? You wouldn't, would you? No way! Why would I do anything that reckless and crazy? Well, I should hope not. It's fine, I understand. Right now, all we can do is patiently wait for help, right? That's right! Okay, let's see if I can skip. I can't skip it. Saying that, Sora gave a big nod. Okay, I bet I can skip now. Yep. Okay. Oh boy, alright. Now we're gonna explore the area! My favorite part. I guess it's better than kick the can right now. Which we're gonna have to do anyway! Alright, let's go to the warehouse. Because that's probably where Sara is. Maybe. And I'm gonna skip. Maybe. Yep. Oh, we got new dialogue. Actually, Nakia said that she wanted to be alone, so we just went our separate ways. Oh, that reminds me. How are things with Tsugumi? Sara sighed slightly and held her hands out, palms facing up. I see. Okay, skip this. Alright, now let's go to the control room. And skip the control room. I turned my eyes to the massive monitor behind Sora. A flat map of Leimu's Zwiderstock and Dritterstock floors was displayed. Leimu was monitoring Leimu wall to wall 24 hours a day. If Leimu couldn't survey the situation, then what in the world? By the way, why is Leimu called Leimu? Oh, I haven't told you? No, I haven't heard. Leimu's proper name is... Oh no, I think I can skip this. Yes! I don't have to say bad German! Ah! Success! Okay, next part. Alright, we went to the warehouse, the control room, and now we're gonna go to the jellyfish gondola! And also skip it. Whee! Now I gotta choose the merry-go-round or the security office. I'm gonna go to the security office. Right? Sorry, checking my list. Go to the security office, because I think U is at the merry-go-round, so that just guarantees that I'm not gonna... Oh! I don't want my Slack to be on. Good. Okay. Let's go to this security office. And then skip that. Wow, how fun is this? Just watching Takeshi's face go round and round. Alright, now the merry-go-round. We did it. Oh! So we're talking to you. Oh, I talked to Sara, and she said that things were no good with Tsugumi. Well, you could say that. What exactly happened? Well, in a nutshell, it was like we whiffed. Alright, we've seen that already. Okay. Woohoo! Look at it go. All that dialogue. Goodbye! Oh, it's Coco! For a second, there was Coco. Now we're learning about air pressure, and now we're decompressing. Okay. Takeshi shamelessly carried on like that, looking happily asleep. That's right. We're having a hard time sleeping in the decompression chamber because Takeshi is a loud jerk. I wonder what kind of dream he's having. Who knows? I'm gonna skip. Ah, thank God I could skip. Oh, it's a little different, I guess, with what Takeshi's saying when he sleeps, but it's kind of incomprehensible. It's like, no, no. And saying that you talks like an old hag that likes to gossip. Huh? What? You dummy. Hey, Kurinari, wake up! Let's see if we can skip. Alright. Another drawing on his face. Now we're out of decompression. And now we're going to eat. Oh wait, no, we're going to learn about our situation. That's what we're doing. Alright, I think this is after breakfast. Sara is like, she lost a bet, so now she's gotta act like a character, and I gotta pick what character for her to play. And I'm gonna pick a spoiled baby. We have the choice of Minnie Meowsy, Caesar, and a spoiled baby. I'll have you act out like a spoiled baby. Oh, I might be good at that. Really? Yup. That's a weird thing to admit that you're good at it. Okay. Okay then, Matsunaga Sara-san. Become a spoiled baby. I'm little Sara. That milk's cold. I won't drink that milk unless you warm it up to body temperature. Sorry. I can't remember what babies are like, so I don't know if that was even close. And then, what are you doing? Alright, let's see if I can skip. That was kind of funny. Woohoo! We can skip. Oh no, the power's out. Oh no, we gotta figure out how to turn the power back on as a team without Sara. Ah! And we're doing it. Okay, so now we're in the elevator. Why can't I get it to go? What do I say? I'm gonna say I got it so that you don't have to explain everything again. Zoom. The tuna drawing! It came and it went. That's my favorite drawing in this entire game. Okay, so now I have a choice of splitting off with you or staying with Sara. And I'm going to... I'll wait right here. I'll wait here. So what are we gonna do? Oh, well, then I'll have to make do with Kurinari. Geez, you're a piece of work. Can't you just let your real feelings show? Don't get any strange ideas. You do you, and I'll go. You do, and what? You do, and I'll knock you down. Got it? Okay. Take it easy. There's no way I tried something on you, even by mistake. Gross. When the two of them disappeared at the far end of the corridor, they were still going at it. Those two. Yeah. I don't know. I think they make a pretty good couple, don't you? Think so? Yeah, Naki is the kind of person who tells people she likes what she really thinks. She speaks her mind. Takeshi kind of seems like that too. I wasn't sure why, but somehow I was still a little jealous of you and Takeshi. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't open up to anyone like that. I had nothing to share. That's so sad. I have nothing to share. A while after those two had disappeared, Sara and I hadn't spoken another word. The two of us just leaned against the wall and stared into the darkness. I desperately tried to think of some way to break through the wall that had been formed between us. Sara, how old are you? Finally, the words tumbled out of my mouth. Where did that come from? I thought I told you? I don't think so. I'm a junior. I'm 16 and I was born January 21st. Oh, and I'm an Aquarius. Sara recited it so smoothly like she was singing a song. And you, kid? I didn't know. When I tried to remember, it was like my mind would fog over. I couldn't get close to it. It was like a mirage in the desert. I wonder how old I am. You don't know that either? Nope. Well, that's kind of sad. Yeah. But maybe it's good in a way. What do you mean? Well, maybe it was something that you wanted to forget about. Just kidding. Sara's expression relaxed into a silly look. I have no idea what that joke was, but okay. Oh, What? Don't scare me like that. Sorry. I know. Maybe if I chopped you down, we'd find out how old you are. Huh? You know, like maybe you've got rings like a tree stump. For some reason, my eyes strayed to the palms of my hands. In the darkness, only dimly illuminated by the emergency lights, my fingers appeared to glow slightly white. I still didn't know what happened to my finger. Your finger? Whoa, special illustration. She's looking at my finger, I guess. She's holding it very nicely. Okay. I could replace that with like a sandwich and that would be how I would look. Anyway, muttering that, Sara grabbed my finger. It was so sudden that it put me at a loss for words. In the darkness, Sara whispered words like she was confirming something as she gripped my thumb. Oh no, I am not singing anything, I'm so sorry. Moon's bright, shouldering a long bow, waiting inside a dream. What does that mean? Sara just shook her head. There was no sign that she was going to answer me. She just murmured the words like a spell or a nursery rhyme as she gently held my thumb. A moon sprite. I wondered why Sara had suddenly grabbed my thumb. Still, I didn't have any urge to pull it away from her. As I remained aware of my thumb, I searched for an answer from Sara's slightly sweaty, warm palm. Thanks for waiting! I think we'll be okay now. It was a hassle looking for the valve, but with the two of them back, Sara finally released my thumb. In the darkness, I couldn't make out Sara's expression very well. And the area around her mouth pulled down slightly into a sad motion. You could just say that she was sad, okay? Warmth lingered around my thumb. I didn't know why, but I hesitated to wipe the warmth away and gently inserted my hand into my pocket, leaving my thumb extended. With that, we had been able to shut off the hot water flowing into the generator room. Let's see if I can skip. Woohoo! Takeshi and Yu tackled the main work. There was hardly anything for Sara and myself to do, so we just sat, as we knew squat about machines. We functioned as assistants, shining flashlights, handing over tools, and loosening valves as instructed. After a while, we succeeded in repairing the generator. Okay, let's skip that. Woohoo! Alright, power's back on. Okay. So now we're back in the conference room. Sarah's like, okay, thanks. I don't remember what she was talking about, but it's okay. I'm going to say in reply, no problem. Oh well. So any kind of juice is okay? Sure, anything is fine. Great. Oh, she wanted me to get her juice, I guess. I felt like the group hierarchy had sorted itself out. Okay, as you're gonna be a little pool boy getting her drinks, I guess. I left the conference room and headed out for the kiosk. I had a good idea on where it was from my wanderings around the complex the day before. I went through the rest area on the way. Oh, I think I can skip this. Yeah, carbonation. Oh, we find out that Sora is an RSD image. Oh. Okay. This is where we learn the difference between hackers and crackers. What's the next thing I'm gonna say? I'm either gonna say what's a hacker or naturally I know what a hacker is. Naturally, I know the hacker. Alright. And skip. Wow, I could get this done in no time. Making a good clip. Learning so much. Wow. Oh, kick the can, guys! Okay. Alright, I either say I see or I don't get it. I'm gonna say I see. I know how to play kick the can, guys. Alright, let's go. Listen for that can being kicked. There it is. Alright. Oh, those scary footsteps. Jeez. Alright, Alright, I hope they stop sometime. That's like the longest audio. These damn scary footsteps. Now I have the choice of either going with you or going with Sara and Sora. Well, we know what we're gonna do on the Sara run. Huh? Is that you, Kid-san? Kid, you decided to come this way? Yeah, but where do you plan to hide? If you're going to stay with us, you have to help think of something. I ran with the two of them. I know, I've got a great idea. Saying that, Sara stopped suddenly. What? What is it? It's like, it's times like this that calls for ninja skills. Ninja skills? Sara, when Takeshi comes through, you use RSD to show him an empty corridor. This is known as an elite art of ninja camouflage. Huh? But that would be... Isn't that against the rules? Don't be a spoil sport. We banned instant travel and bioscans, but not using limit, right? That's underhanded and cowardly. In the lexicon of ninja, we call it a secret technique. No, I'm not having any of it. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that I can't agree either. What? Then, how about elite ninja doppelganger technique? Huh? We can use the RSD to make it appear like there's lots of us to confuse Takeshi. That's the same thing. Why don't we say no ninja techniques using limit? You guys are such prudes. Just then. Somebody coming? It's probably Tanaka-san. Probably. We peered through the darkness in the direction of the sound. We could see someone's silhouette. That body could only be... Yikes! It's Takeshi! What, really? Hurry, we've got to hide! We dashed down the corridor. Oh no, that way is no good! A watertight door blocked our way forward. We're stuck! A dead end? That's what I was saying. There's no room nearby that we could escape into. We should have hidden in a room somewhere. Takeshi steadily approached. At that rate, we'd be caught for sure. Oh no, what are we gonna do? It looks like we have no choice but to give up. Sara was flustered, Sora resigned to fate. On the other hand, No, not yet. At the distance, I decided that it would be better to take a dash for the nearest room. Let's go, I think we'll make it. I dragged Sara and Sora back down from the corridor. We found an entrance and dove into a room. But... Hey, if it ain't the kid! Whoa, what happened? I couldn't believe it, he cut us off! It's no good, go back! Huh? What do you mean? Just as we went to turn back to the corridor, gotcha! There was Takeshi. Aww. He caught us! Jeez, that took a long time. Oh, it's all because the kid said that we should go back. But, I didn't know what else to do. Can't stop. Not long after that, he found you as well. Alright, let's see if I can skip. Whee! Kick the can. Alright. I decided to head off and check some rooms. Another round to kick the can. Here we go. I'm gonna go to the rest area. And I'm gonna skip. And then I'm gonna go to the Lemurian Ruins. And I'm gonna skip. I found you. And I found Takeshi. Alright, and now I'm going to the central control room. And I'm gonna skip. And I found Tsugumi, who isn't even playing. And I landed on Sara's face, I guess. Alright, next day. Making sandwiches. Wahoo! Talking about their history. How they met. You and not you. Let's see. Alright. Now I have to say, do I get it or I have no clue? I have no idea what this is in regards to. I'm gonna say I get it. And then skip. I swear to God, like, we're almost done with this run. This is the shortest run. Wow. Okay. I think they're fighting. I had to decide what to do. Either I look for you or I do repairs with Sara. I'm gonna do repairs with Sara. Takeshi, I'll come along and help with the repairs. What about Nakyu? Yu's tougher than the rest of us. She'll be fine. Besides, if something was wrong, she would use Limit to contact us. But if something happened to her during that shaking? You needn't worry about that. Currently, there appears to be no direct damage inside Leimu. As for Tanaka-san's whereabouts, the sensor should be online in a moment, and then I will be able to detect her. Alright, well, forget about you for now. Let's go check the warehouse, and then we'll worry about everything else. Alright. She's fine, I promise. Promise? How could I promise that? But somehow I was sure of it. Okay. With that one word, the tension seemed to leave Sara. What are you doing? You're gonna get left behind. We're gonna skip. Nope. The next thing I noticed is that we were the only people left in the room. Sara and I chased after everyone. We quickly climbed the stairs. 6:57 a.m. Skip this? No, can't skip this. I need water pretty badly. Hey. If you can help me out, that'd be great. Thanks. Okay, so we were told that it wasn't urgent, but we still couldn't afford to be careless. Sugumi quietly shouldered the heavy toolbox, climbing higher and higher. I really think I could skip this, but I guess not. Sara and I followed her while Takeshi and Sora lagged behind. Hey, Sugumi? I called out to Sugumi up ahead. What? Sugumi responded without looking back. There's something that's been bugging me. What? Why were you eating a hot dog? Oh, this is the hot dog conversation again. Thank you so much. Excuse me. I needed a drink bad. I still couldn't figure it out. Sugumi's behavior was incomprehensible to me. Then I hit upon it. It was like she had been showing off. But what she said was, it's because I wanted to eat a hot dog. That's it? Something wrong with that? I don't think it's wrong, but you didn't think that it might make Takeshi angry? Sara chimed in with a question of her own. How could I know what he's thinking? I suppose you're right, but we didn't know about them up until right before either. After that, we fell into silence. It looked like Takeshi and Sora were having a low-key conversation behind us. Well, Sugumi started to speak suddenly. Maybe I did want to play a trick on him, just a little bit. For a second, I didn't know what she was talking about. Then I realized she meant the whole hot dog thing. He's even more stubborn than I thought. Sugumi gave a rare laugh, but it was the kind of laugh that would raise the hair on the back of your neck. We finally arrived at Zweiterstock. Looking around the floor, everything seemed normal, but we could hear a hissing sound coming from somewhere. We walked towards the sound. Yesterday, everything was fine here. Why do you think something would all go wrong all of a sudden? Well, everything doesn't go accordingly to plan. That's probably because you were all running around like lunatics. Huh? You guys were making such a fuss. It's probably threw Leimu off its axis. Just kidding. Sugumi's got a weird sense of humor. Sugumi's flippant remark had frozen the air around us. What's wrong? If you don't hurry, I'll leave you behind. Sugumi walked briskly ahead. Hey, what's the matter with her? How should I know? She probably fell on her head. She really is quite unpredictable. For a while, all we could do was stand around not knowing what to say. We had arrived in front of the room making the strange noise. So, it is coming from inside the warehouse. I will run a scan to determine the situation inside. After that, Sora disappeared. The steam in there isn't going to explode if we open the door, right? Sugumi fixed her eyes on the door. It's probably fine. How would you know? Do you? I'm just saying what you want to hear. Sora appeared in front of the door. I have finished the diagnostic. At Atmospheric pressure is normal. No traces of toxic gas detected. However, the temperature and humidity in the room are rising in slight increments. In an area of the pipe was ruptured and there is a slight water leak. The water is about 10 centimeters at its deepest point. Exactly as I thought. What? Nothing. If that's all that's wrong, it should be no problem. No, I suppose not. Let's go in. If we fix it, then there won't be a problem, right? Yes, please hurry. I opened the door. Oh, I remember this area. I looked around the wall that was making the hissing sound. There was a faint crack in the pressure regulating pipe and the water was dancing out of it in a fine mist. I'm gonna skip this. Sumi's like satisfied. Huh? What does that mean? Alright, I won't ask anymore. I don't know what that's all about. Every once in a while, I felt that Tsugumi's words seemed out of place. I stole a glance at Tsugumi's expression as I handed over the pliers. Of course, her face didn't really tell me anything. Sora watched us for a while from the side. After a while, an intercom in the corner of the room sounded. Alright, now we can skip ahead. What? Oh, what was that? For a second, I saw something. Now, twist the red valve. The intercom continued to ring, and the hissing sound of the steam persisted. The feeling I just had, that was like before. I know. It was like when we were going into the conference room from the kiosk this morning. Now, Sara, just wait just a little bit. Okay, I'm ready. Kid, turn the valves in order, I told you. Hey, kid, are you listening? Huh? Yeah, got it. Sorry. The blue and then the red, right? Yeah, loosen them and then shut them again. I set to work on the blue valve in front of me. I was supposed to loosen it, and then, right then, it happened again. Inside of my head went all white. It felt like my consciousness was whisked off somewhere nearby. Or somewhere else. Sorry. What was that? An image flashed in the back of my mind, and it felt like my brain was being hammered by light. It would stop and start and stop and start. Boxes falling, shattering to the floor, massive amounts of water cascading down, and then... Oh! We saw an image of Tsugumi when she was impaled in the leg by the pipe in another playthrough that we haven't seen in Kids Playthrough. Interesting. I think we haven't seen it in Kids Playthrough. I get them mixed up all the time. Sorry if I'm wrong. I remembered losing all power to stand and crumpling right there on the spot. That was... It can't be. Hey, what's the matter? Hey! Takeshi shook my shoulders, bringing me back to wherever I'd been. Takeshi! It's me, kid. You okay? Takeshi, trouble. Huh? If we stay here, there's going to be trouble. We have to escape, now! I coughed the words out deliriously. Things going to fall, and the water will flood in, and someone will get really hurt. What are you talking about? You aren't making any sense. Right now, we have to escape! I felt like I was filling up with fear and panic. Calm down, just calm down! Out of the way. My left cheek burned like it had been scalded. Calm down. Pressing my hand to my hurting face, I stood up. The pounding of my heart finally got under control. You've done enough. Saying that, Tsugumi pointed to a corner of the room. Go over there and sit quietly. What? Don't you get it? I'm saying you're in the way. Hey, that's a little harsh, don't you think? I mean, he's probably tired, that's all. You be quiet. Listen, at times like this, people like him are a liability. He's going to make a costly mistake. You don't want to cause an accident here, do you? Well, that makes sense, but... Now you know what I mean. Get out of the way. We'll have somebody else do this. All right. I walked meekly to the corner. After that, the work went smoothly, and finally we succeeded in getting everything back to normal. What I had seen hadn't been real. Thankfully, my predictions had been off. Interesting. It's 8:18 a.m. With the repairs finished, everyone left the room and I was in the warehouse alone. I wondered what had been going on in my mind before. While everything had turned out all right, it bothered me to no end. Yesterday in the generator room, and then that. I wondered what was wrong with me. I was still without memory. I couldn't even find any of the pieces, but maybe. I thought that maybe those crazy flashes that kept occurring had something to do with my lost memory. Maybe I'm closer to getting my memory back? I floated around the warehouse thinking about it. Suddenly I noticed that there was another door deeper in the corner of the room. There appeared to be another room on the other side of the wall. The door was open, as if it were inviting me in. Excuse me. It was a tiny, tiny room. Inside the room was dimly lit and it smelled damp and moldy. The lights were off, and closing the door made it even darker. I could just make out the interior of the room. The wall looked so cold and sturdy. The room was covered with cables and pipes. I imagined that the room was used for storing equipment used in the warehouse. The far wall had a small square window. My mind felt all foggy. Maybe I was just fatigued, like Takeshi said. A lot had happened over the last 3 days. I had heard a lot and thought about a lot of things. I don't know what it is, but I feel so sluggish. I sat down in the corner of the room and hugged my knees. Looking up, I saw moonlight streaming in through the window. It was warm, full light. Oh, the room has changed now. Interesting. I noticed that the walls of the room were made of concrete. As I sat back with my back against the cold wall, I stared at the full moon shining in from the window. The moon was far away. Where am I? God. The broad night sky was contained in that little square space. The bluish shadows of the moonlight crawled across the gray walls. I looked at the moon and its shadows, and I let out a sigh in the darkness. I didn't know what to think about anything. I pretended not to notice the freezing coldness. The room had a very small bed. The sheets were pulled tight. There wasn't a single wrinkle or even a speck of dust. Next to the bed lay a chair, all of the sharp edges rounded off. One of the chair's legs bent off in an unnatural direction. The door was closed. It was a steel door with no knob. What is happening? I felt eyes upon me from the corner of the ceiling. A sharp, intense pair of eyes piercing my body. I couldn't see the body belonging to the eyes, but a harsh laugh rang loudly in my ears. Next to the lens, a red light was on. The red light was shining as if it were cutting off in the corner of the ceiling. Suddenly I heard the sobbing voice of someone behind me. Someone was crying on the other side of the wall. Ouch! Ouch! The small voice of a girl echoed in the darkness. And then I heard, "Shut up! Quit whining!" It was a gruff voice of a man ringing out. I suspected that the girl had been hit. It sounded like she had fallen to the hard concrete and was crying even harder. Ow, it hurts! Help! Someone! I covered my ears with my hands and shook my head. I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Oh. Still, the girl's cries of pain didn't stop. As if trying to escape, I crawled across the floor in the opposite corner of the room and crawled up. The moon's light was bright. I covered myself with a blanket as if to hide and closed my eyes. The girl just cried and cried. Gong, 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 thud. I wondered what that sound could be. I didn't want to think about it anymore. Even as I closed my eyes, even if I plugged my ears, the image of the girl struggling on the floor jumped back into my mind. Ow! Ouch! The voice gradually got weaker and faded. Finally, it disappeared completely. In the silence, only a muffled sob echoed hollowly. The air in the room was so dank and stale that it felt heavy and strange on the skin. Help me! I heard a feeble voice. Help! Help me! all your fault! The sudden curses of the man drowned out the girl's voice. All of this, it's just the way you wanted it. Right? You best fess up to all of it. You knew this from the start, that things would turn out like this. No, I didn't know. Liar, so why did you run away? I didn't run away. No, you ran away. You left that girl and you ran away. Oh, what is that talking about? No, I promised. And you broke it. Or maybe you always meant to break it. No. You brought happiness for yourself. You traded it for that girl's life. Oh. It's having a hard time. No, 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 no. I think it's because this game does have like a voice track on it. And I think it's chugging because it's trying to play the voice track, but I muted everything so that I could read over it in English. Yeah, I promise. To wait like a good kid until you come for me. I'll wait like a good girl. I'll wait forever. No! Whoa. This song is very new. I shouted and grabbed the chair lying on the floor with both hands. I took the chair as if to scare away a ghost and I pounded it on the wall. Wildly, I put all my limited strength into it over and over. The chair bent awkwardly and scraped against the dented wall. Outside of the window, the moonlight shined far, far away. Damn you! I took the chair and threw it at the moon with all of my strength. The moon scattered like fireworks, shattering to pieces. I'll kill you! Saying that, I threw my body into the steel door. Bang, bang, bang! The door wouldn't budge, but I didn't give up. If I had to pulverize my body, I was still going to open that door. Bang, bang, bang! I hurled myself against the door again and again. With rage, I felt my blood boil and my body shake with fury. Something hot and sticky flowed near my temple. Every time I crashed into the door, a shock of pain ran through my body. I thought that my shoulder might already be broken. Bang, bang, bang! A dull sound echoed in the darkness, and endlessly. What are you doing? Suddenly the door opened. White light poured into my eyes. Tears overflowed in my eyes and dripped down. Through my blurred vision, I could make out Sara. Sara stood surrounded by the bright light, her hands outstretched to me. Finally, my consciousness was sucked into the light. Powerless, I slumped to the floor, lying there. My body felt heavy like lead, like it would sink into the floor. It's 11:48 a.m. The next thing I knew, I was on a bed. The ceiling was so white that it was slightly blinding. It smelled of disinfectant. I'm gonna see if I can skip this. I can't. This is all new. Not done this. Was it the infirmary? Are you awake now? A shadow passed above me on the bed. It was you. Deja vu. No. It was something that I had actually experienced before. 2 days before, when I woke up the first day, you was at my side. Where's Sara? Who knows? Probably resting somewhere. I just replaced her a little bit ago. She looked after you the whole time until then. I see. I took both my hands from the blanket and stared dreamily at my palms. The countless wrinkles etched there, intertwining, reaching out like branches of a tree in a complicated pattern. The pinkish skin, and buried deeper, the slightly blue veins, and 5 fingers. 5 on the left, 5 on the right, and 10 in total, same as always. My lost finger still hadn't come back to me yet. There was still a deep scar on my left thumb. Like always, I gently ran my pinky over the scar. Like always. I see. Maybe this is a habit of mine. Strangely, the fact had penetrated naturally into my mind, but I wondered when, where, and how I had injured my thumb. Maybe the scar had some kind of clue to help me remember my past. As I traced the wound on my pinky, it caused a slight stinging pain that tickled a little bit. I was finally feeling completely calmed down. What happened? You poured me a cup of freshly brewed coffee and handed it to me and sat down next to the bed. I took the coffee, and after a sip, I started to explain. I see. So that little room and the room that you were in before were similar somehow. Probably. Listening to that, it sounded like a sick room or an isolated ward somewhere. Sick room? You've probably been hospitalized before somewhere. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but... Kid, maybe you've had the same... you've lost your memory or you've had violent fits repeatedly before, so maybe those were detained in a sick room with a tiny window like that. You touched the harsh reality of the situation, yet chose her words with care. Of course, it's not for sure or anything, it's just one possibility. You probably had a waking dream. That's a possibility too. I was dreaming? While you were awake, though. Finally, you gave me an easy-to-understand explanation about the connectedness of memories and dreams. According to you, dreams and memory were clearly deeply related, but not everything seen in a dream was something experienced in reality. In other words, something had set off my hallucination, but that alone didn't mean that I had really been held in a sick room. Dreams could often appear as symbols of something else. So what I had seen earlier might not have been caused by my repressed memories. In any case, there was no way to be sure of anything, and I still haven't got my memory back. I felt like my experience in a sick room or somewhere like one was unreal as a strange small animal that might appear in a dream. Maybe it was just a dream. At some point, I had become sure of it. I felt sure that my mind was just playing a nasty trick on me. You stood from the bedside of the bed. Okay. Okay. For now, shall we go check it out one more time? Go check out what? That little room, to set the record straight. You held out her hands to me. You might find a clue on how to jog your memory and get it back. Whoa. The computer's having a fun time right now. Should probably wrap this up soon. I thought that was unlikely. I know that it was just my mind playing tricks on me. I was convinced that there was no connection between that room and my memory. Even so, I had to agree to go. She was willing to take me, and I couldn't turn her down. I took Yu's hand and got up from the bed. It only made sense but her hands felt a lot different than Sara's. Okay. Let's do a little bit more, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna try and finish this one part. The inside of the little room was in shambles. I was amazed that I could have made that much of a mess. That was really how terrible it was. I didn't think that even if you compressed all of the world's poltergeist into that itty-bitty space, that they could have done much more. All I could do was stand there with my jaw on the floor as you said, "You did this?" She was saying it as if to make sure. And what was it you were going to... Huh? If I remember correctly, you came into the room and you sat on the floor, right? Yeah. Whereabouts? About here, I think. I pointed to the area around Yu's feet. What about the door? The door? I'm asking whether the door was shut or not. I shut it, I think. After the door shut, I wanted to escape and started throwing myself against the door. I closed the door as I answered. Just like before, the room was thrown into darkness. The only source of light was a little moonlight pouring through the little window. What? Moonlight? I can't see anything like this. You grasped around in the dark with her hands. I could see everything perfectly. Where's the light switch? You walked around the wall looking for the switch, sometimes tripping on plastic boxes scattered on the floor. Yu's body gave off a faint light. Every time she took a step, a faint streak-like image followed her. It was like a flame of a candle flickering in a thick mist. Light shone down from the ceiling. Geez, can you believe that they're still using electronic fossils like this these days? Yu muttered that as she stared at the light switch. They should spend money on places like this even if the customers won't see them. It's because they cut corners in places like this that they get accidents. Well, that's not important right now. Yu whipped around, and then scouring the room, she said, By the way, where's the window? There wasn't a single window in the whole room. Thinking about it, it made sense. Nobody would fork over cash for this little room with a special pressure-resistant glass in a little storage room stuck on a side of a warehouse. I looked around for the moonlight that had been there until a second ago. There was no moon. I wondered if it was because I had shattered it, but that wasn't it. What I had mistaken for a window was just a little square hole. Is this the window? You're saying that you thought that this was a window? You followed my eyes and we went and stood in front of the square hole. I went over to the bedside, went over beside her and looked over at the hole. The hole was bordered up by a steel frame. It was about the same size as a coin locker. It was about 50 centimeters on each side. There was a door on the hole. I might have broken it, but the door was bent completely and hung at a hinge on the side of the hole. The hole was more than an empty space. A bunch of colored wiring, something like an integrated circuit board or some kind of plug or something with a small lever all packed into it. What is this? I had no idea what it was. It's probably an inverter unit or something. Inverter unit? To change AC power that comes from the generator into DC. It's a mechanism for changing electrical current into the one that the tools can use in this warehouse. That means that this device controls those functions. I see. Everything she was saying was like gibberish to me, but I nodded anyway. Or to be more precise, it was that. Huh? That was the inverter unit. It looks broken now. I have no idea who broke it, but... Yu said straight-faced without looking at me. I reached out to touch the inverter unit thing. It was a little bit warm. Or maybe I had it backwards. Maybe I knew that it was warm before I had touched it? So I wanted to make sure by touching it. In the end, we really didn't learn anything. So basically that whole room scenario, the window he thought was actually just a box. So he's really, really confused. No, but it did seem like something was trying to move, at least to me. It felt like someone inside me was tossing and turning in his sleep. Alright. And that's it. I'm gonna stop for now. But that was fun. Lots of spooky shit happening in this one. Got a new song and everything. Oh my god, it's crazy. Anyway, thanks for joining, and we'll continue this again next time.